A boyfriend noticed that his girlfriend was no longer happy with him. He did everything he could to make her smile, but no matter what he tried, she was always upset. They had been together for years, and the boyfriend thought, looking for another girl will only waste my time. I just want my girlfriend to love me again. Lucas sat on a park bench, waiting for Mia. The autumn air was cool and the city lights flickered in the distance. He held a small bouquet of roses in his hands, his heart beating faster every time someone walked by. Mia finally arrived. She wore a long brown coat, her hair tied neatly in a bun, but something about her face was different. She wasn't smiling. Her eyes looked tired, distant, almost cold. Lucas stood up quickly. Hey, I got you these. He handed her the flowers with a hopeful grin. Mia glanced at them, nodded and said, thanks. Her voice was flat, no excitement, no joy. Lucas's smile faded a little, but he tried to stay positive. He remembered when Mia used to jump into his arms whenever he surprised her with flowers. She used to take endless pictures of them, posting with captions like, best boyfriend ever, but now she placed the roses on the bench without even smelling them. As they walked through the park, Lucas tried to hold her hand. She let him, but her fingers felt lifeless, not squeezing back the way they used to. That night, as he lay in bed, Lucas stared at the ceiling. His chest felt heavy. He whispered to himself, she doesn't look at me the way she used to. Did I do something wrong? Lucas didn't want to lose Mia. He remembered the first time they met at a college library, both reaching for the same book. They had laughed, shared coffee, and soon became inseparable. She was his best friend, his cheerleader, his safe place. So he tried harder. He took her to her favorite restaurant on a Friday night, ordering the pasta she loved so much. He cracked jokes, tried to bring up old memories, even reminded her of their first kiss. But Mia barely touched her food. I'm not really hungry, she said. She kept glancing at her phone, typing messages when she thought Lucas wasn't looking. On Saturday, Lucas cleaned her apartment as a surprise. He washed the dishes, folded her laundry, even left sticky notes around the place with sweet little messages. You are my sunshine, forever yours. I love you. When Mia came home, she saw the notes. She peeled one off the fridge and read it, then sighed. Lucas, you don't have to do all this. Her words stung. Why doesn't she see I'm trying? He thought. On Sunday, Lucas met his best friend Jordan at a downtown cafe. The smell of fresh coffee filled the air, and soft music played in the background. Lucas stared into his mug as if the answer to his problems was at the bottom. Jordan, he said finally, Mia doesn't feel my love anymore. I do everything I can, but she's always upset. She doesn't laugh with me, doesn't smile. I don't know what to do. Jordan leaned back in his chair. Bro, sometimes girls get tired when they see us every day. They stop noticing what we do. It's like they forget our value. Lucas frowned. So what am I supposed to do? I don't want to break up with her. My advice, Jordan said, give her space. Stop being around all the time. Find another place to stay for a while. Let her feel what life is like without you. Maybe then she'll realize your worth. Lucas thought about it. It sounded painful, but maybe it was the only way. Lucas stopped spending every evening at Mia's apartment. Instead, he rented a small studio near his job. It was nothing fancy, just a bed, a desk, and a tiny kitchen. But it gave him space. Still, he couldn't help himself. Every night he walked past Mia's building just to look up at her window. Sometimes he saw her lights on, shadows moving behind the curtains. He imagined her sitting on the couch, maybe thinking about him. But one evening, as he stood across the street, he saw something that made his chest tighten. A sleek black car pulled up outside. Mia came down in a red dress, looking more beautiful than she had in months. She smiled brightly, brighter than she had ever smiled at him recently, and got into the car. Lucas's hands trembled. He followed the car quietly, his heart racing. The car stopped outside a high-end restaurant. A tall man in a suit stepped out, opening the door for Mia. She laughed, touching his arm as they walked inside together. Lucas felt like his whole world was collapsing. That night, he couldn't sleep. He sat on the floor of his studio, whispering to himself, so this is why she's been so distant. There's another man. The next day, Lucas gathered his courage and decided to confront the stranger. He waited outside the restaurant again. When he saw the man drop Mia off later that evening, Lucas approached him. Excuse me, Lucas said, his voice shaking. The man turned, raising an eyebrow. Yes, I'm Lucas. Mia is my girlfriend. She's the only treasure I have. We've been together for years. She gave me her time, her love, and I've given her mine. I don't want another girl. I just want her. Please, leave her alone. The man smirked. Who told you poor boys should keep anything? Be a man. A real man doesn't beg another man. He walked away, leaving Lucas standing in the cold night, broken. Days passed. Mia stopped answering Lucas's calls. When she did reply, her texts were short and cold. Finally, she told him the truth. She had feelings for someone else. Lucas felt crushed. He had given her everything, but she had already given her heart to another man. And yet, fate is cruel. Months later, the man grew bored of of Mia. She was easy to seduce by other men, so he left her for someone new. Mia was left alone. Regret filled her heart, but it was too late. Lucas had been hurt deeply, but he slowly healed. He focused on his work, his dreams, and his friends. He stopped walking past Mia's building at night. He stopped checking his phone for her messages. One day he met Anna. She was kind, warm, and sincere. She laughed at his jokes, listened when he spoke, and never made him feel invisible. Slowly, Lucas's heart opened again. He realized something important. Love should never be begged for. It should be freely given. Mia tried to come back months later, but Lucas had already moved on. He looked at her calmly and said, "I wasted so much love on someone who didn't love me. Now I know better. Love isn't about chasing someone who runs away. It's about walking with someone who chooses to stay." He held Anna's hand, and for the first time in a long time, he smiled. Lesson: never waste your love on someone who doesn't value it. The right person will never make you beg for love.